Hello everyone, welcome back to another YouTube video. Today I'll be showing you how to make your first website. First of all, you need to install a code editor. My personal choice is VS Code because it's free, fast platform, and very customizable. I won't install it here because I already did. So let's get started. First, create a new folder on your PC. Let's name this site. Next, drag it into VS Code. Then I recommend installing the live server extension, as it will make coding in HTML way easier. First, create an index.html file and open it. Then type an exclamation mark and this should pop up. Press the enter key. It'll give you a starting template. Now remember the live server extension? Press this button to start it. It should start up a live server. Go back into VS Code. Now let me show you some tags I often use in HTML. It is used to place elements in your site which can be styled later. First, the h1 tag. Type that down. And now type some text between this. Let's just say hello world. Control save and open back to the website. As you can see, it says hello world. There's also H2. And there's also H3. It goes all the way down until H6. As you can see, the headers will get smaller and smaller the higher the number is. H stands for header, by the way. So next is this element P. I like to think of this as paragraph. Now type anything inside of this. Now when you open Google, you can see that it comes out as smaller words than the headers. This looks very good so far. Up next is A, which is used for links. A stands for anchor. First, you have to type something in the middle. Let's just say link. Then in href, I'm gonna paste a random link I found. Control V and let's save that. Now go back to your website. As you can see, there's a link now. If you press it, it'll direct you to the site. I think you know what video I put. Let's go back now to our beautiful site here. I'm gonna show a tag called the div tag. I'm gonna put it directly below the anchor tag. You just type out div and that's the tag. If you open up your site, you won't be able to see it, but it'll be quite important in CSS, which I will dive into later. There's also something called classes, and there's also something called IDs. I'm gonna give this div a class, or you can name it whatever you want. I'm just gonna name this div for now. And in the center of this div, you can add the previous tags. I'm gonna put a paragraph here. Gonna put love on eyeballs on again. And now when you open it, it looks exactly the same. But fear not. Later we'll make this div special. The difference between classes and IDs, let me just copy this over again. The difference between classes and IDs is that classes, they can be used multiple times. So for example, I can do this. But if I did this for IDs, I'd get an error. Okay, now, I know some of you would want lists in your site. So here's two different types of lists that you can do in HTML. There's UL, or an ordered list. You put li in the center. That just lists a few items. 1, 2, and 3. Now if we go back to our site, you can see there are small dots at the side, and this is our list, 1, 2, and 3. And the second type of list is OL, ordered list. Just copy that over and put an O instead of a U. I rarely use this type, but it's useful for some scenarios. As you can see, it's listed 1, 2, and 3 without you having to do it manually. Now, moving on, I'm going to show you all how to put images and videos into your website. And I'm going to use this one. And let's save it in the same folder as our HTML file. Here, this site. And let's just give this a name, shall we? vscode.jpg. You can use any image you want in any format you want. This will be the same process. So now let's add the image. img. Now for the src, we put the image that we got online, and for the out, we can put anything we want. This out is for if our image fails to load, so I'm just going to put VS Code. Control save. Now let's go back here. As you can see, our image is loaded. Now, some of you may want to add videos to our website here, so let's do that too. I'm gonna find a random video online. Hexos is a good area, a good site. Hexos is a good site to find these. I'm gonna search up for a beach, because that's beautiful. Okay, it's kind of like this here. Let's search that again. And as you can see, there are some nice videos of beaches. Let's download this one. And it's downloading. Now there's something handy I want to show you. You can just open this and drag into VS Code. And it will show up in VS Code, as you can see. That's a very cool feature of VS Code that I really like. Now, type video. And same with the image, add the video into the src tag. I'm just going to copy this one since the name is quite long. And then select rename, Control A, Control copy. Control A is to select everything. Put that in, save. Now let's go back to our site, shall we? Now as you can see, there's a video here. It's quite laggy. It's quite big too. Some of you may not like the fact that it's this big, so now I'm gonna show you all how to use CSS. Okay, first, create a new file. I'm gonna name it styles.css. Make sure that the end has CSS. You can call this file whatever you want. Just make sure it has CSS at the end. Open your HTML file and let's include it. In the top of your file, in the head section, type link. You see here that it says link CSS. So let's do that. Let's adjust this to point to our file. You can confirm this by control clicking it, and if your file opens, then you did it right. So first, the background. Maybe you don't like the color white for your backgrounds and you want a different color. Well, there's a way to do that. First, white body. This will allow you to modify the body tag, which all your content goes in. So let's put background color to change the background's color, and let's choose a nice color here. I will choose cadet blue. And when we click back, we can see the background color change. Now, what else should we add? Well, as you may see, this video is quite big. Maybe you want to change the size of it. Well, now we can use the IDs and classes for this. So let's add a class to this video. Resize. Save that. Copy this class. Go into styles and put a dot to reference classes. Then the class name. Then brackets again. Then now, let's type in width. Let's say 1000 pixels approximately, and height, maybe let's put that 500 pixels. Now save that and go back here and you got your video. Oh, but it doesn't seem to be playing. Let's go back to HTML and let's see what you can do. I remember there's autoplay. Yeah, type down autoplay. Now save and go back here. Boom! Our video is playing. Isn't that cool? Well, now what do we do about these? I told you all that classes and IDs can be used to style the elements. So let me show you how to do that. I already showed you on the video, but now let's try it on the divs. This one, there are 3 classes here with the class of div. So let's copy that and let's go here. And as you remember, dot to reference classes and div as the name of our class is div. Now let's just copy this one and let's save and let's see what happens. As you can see, it added way more space on the outside. Let's make that smaller, shall we? And it does it on all of our objects, so that's cool. Let's do that. Oh, our text seems to be clipping. 1 second. You should probably get rid of this ribbon for the text. and leave the height. One sec. Oh wait, no, sorry. I meant to say padding. Let's say 10 pixels. And save and go in here. Oh, don't mind this. This is just a Chrome extension I have. It pops up whenever a video pauses. But let's just focus on the classes. These ones. You guys can see there's a space here. That's the padding. Let's give it a different color so that we can see it better. Make sure to use background color. If you use color, it will just style your text. And let's choose a color that will stand out. Let's say black. Let's save that. And let's go back here. Well, now as you can see, our text is obscured. We can simply fix that by typing out color and let's say white. And let's save that and go back here. Now you can see the colors extremely beautifully. But now these things are stuck together and you may want them to space out. So let's add margin. Let's add margin 10 pixels, let's say. Now let's see. Wow, isn't this nice? We now have space between each of them. And we can now tell out that they are different elements. But what about this one, the one with the ID? Well, the one with the ID, we can reference it using the hash. And go back to our HTML. As we can see here, the ID for it is div. So let's type down div brackets and let's just copy our code from here. Let's save that. As you can see, it's exactly the same as the classes, but I can change these ones. Let's say I change this one to a random red color, and yep, this one will get changed. Meanwhile, these three, they share the exact same styling. So if we change one of them, so if we change this one, all three of them will follow. While this one, there's only one. Now, let's see what else could we add. I guess it'd be nice if our video looped, so let's also add loop to it. Save that. And wow, our video's looping. Now I hope you all will be able to make good sites with this. But let me share some more tips for you. For text, as you can see, all the text goes to the left. This may be ugly to some of you. So let's enter the styles.css and go back into body. Now let's type text align center and save that. Go back into our browser and hey, that's it. All our text goes to the center. Well, there's a small glitch with the list, but don't mind that. Now, I also want to show you how to change the font of the text. Type out font family and choose one of these. Anyone will do. I will choose impact and save that. Go back into the browser and wow, all the text looks very bold now. You may not like impact, so let's see. What others are there? Let me just do that. There's Korean New, Franklin Gothic, Gil Sans. Let's try Seagull UI. Save that and go back here. Wow, this is looking really good. So I hope this will make some good websites. I hope this will help y'all make some good websites. This is only touching the basics of HTML and CSS, and we haven't even touched up on JavaScript yet. So in the next tutorial, I'll try and show how JavaScript works, mostly the basics, and we can work on that with this web page we made, which is quite beautiful for beginners. So yeah, that's the end of the tutorial so far. Enjoy HTML, CSS, and we'll see each other in the next video. Bye.